Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So you can tell I'm kind of in a rush. It's going to be some noise because I'm sharpening pencils. And for reasons that shall not be disclosed at this time, it's not a bad thing, but this is probably one of my last videos on this computer, this particular laptop. This laptop has done a lot of service for Krishna because I got to like upload a lot of videos and share a lot of Krishna conscious photos from this laptop. So, as far as I'm concerned, this laptop is a part of Krishna's paraphernalia. Now, for those who don't know, Krishna is.
Where is your location? Someone on the second floor would like to speak to you. Getting ready to come to the second floor right now.
When things are used for Krishna's service, they become a part of his paraphernalia. Actually, when it comes to Krishna, there is no becoming or unbecoming. Krishna is beyond the subjugation of time. So therefore, things that are used for his service are non-different from him. He is transcendental and absolute. And I just want to share something real quick. I want to let y'all know there's actually hope for the world. Well, this thing done overheated, right? So let's try this one. And I'm probably going to be interrupted in this video. I'm just letting you know, okay? But if Krishna would just shelter me for a second, I just want to share something beautiful that happened the other day. In the Bible, it says that the last shall be first and the first shall be last. Over the years, I've made quite a few YouTube videos expressing the things that I've observed in the Hare Krishna movement and how I believe that it has the highest philosophy on the planet. It has the potency to actually change and or save the world. The philosophy as taught by the Hare Krishna movement. How we apply it in our daily lives or on a practical level is another story altogether. But by itself, the philosophy is sufficient to do what it's supposed to do, which is to get people back home to the eternal world. Bible says the first shall be last, last shall be first. Now, for those of you who don't know, this may come as a surprise, but a lot of people might know. They know this already. Srila Prabhupada has taught before that Shukla is pure. Shukla means white. He said that the Brahmins, the intelligent class of society, they go under the skin of white. In so many words, white people are the intelligent class. They're supposed to be the Brahmins and the leaders. Now remember, this was Srila Prabhupada's opinion based upon the things that he was, I don't want to say the word conditioned because that could be an offensive word to Hare Krishna followers. But the way Srila Prabhupada's mind was indoctrinated. Remember, he was born in the late 1800s. And back then, people were using science, pseudoscience, to make black people inferior. And as a subject of the Indian government, and the Indian government being the subject of the British, most of the people from that time period was subjugated mentally. This is a fact. Even to this day, you have lingering effects. Just like in the African American community and the Western diaspora, a lot of us have the effects of slavery still with us. So Srila Prabhupada designated by birth that the intelligent class would be the Shukla, or the white. As there are 4 classes in human civilization, the 4th class, or the lowest class, he conveniently named as black, the Shudras. So Shudras are supposed to be black. Brahmins are supposed to be white. You may wonder about a lot of Srila Prabhupada's literature, the pictures. Remember, he came here in about 1965, established ISKCON in 1966 in the midst of the civil rights era, in the midst of Vietnam. Come in. First interruption.
Heavy. All right, I'm just gonna grab something real quick.
No problem.
Yeah, this is...
So during that time, America was in turmoil. a matter of fact, there was never a time when America wasn't in turmoil. Anything that's founded in bloodshed, rituals of sacrifice, human sacrifice, satanic or Freemasonic activities can't be blessed. But America was in an acute stage of turmoil in the 60s. And the question that come up about black people, and Srila Prabhupada clearly said, he said, look at the disturbance that these people are causing. These were people who are fighting for their freedom. People like my father and his comrades and associates. People like your moms and your dads, fighting for their freedom so that they don't have to sit in the back of the bus. Fighting so that they could get a good education. Stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Fighting so that they didn't have to drink at a dirty water fountain. You know, normal stuff. Fighting for human decency. Srila Prabhupada's response was, it would have been better if they would have been kept as slaves. Now, maybe slavery in India is different. Maybe slavery where he comes from is like, I don't know, indentured servitude. Maybe he didn't really know. I'm not making any excuses, but is there no way he could have known what our people went through in slavery and made a statement like that? And if he did, well, let time and Lord Krishna be his judge. But he said it would have been better if we were kept in check, controlled, as he said. Again, remember what the Bible said. The first shall be last and the last shall be first. Don't worry, by the end of this video, if I get through to it, it'll tie in lovely. So in the Bhagavad Gita, time and time again, Srila Prabhupada tells us that the caste system is no good, not the way that it's being practiced, because it's assigned to people by birth, and Krishna never said anything about birth in the Bhagavad Gita. Remember, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Sri Krishna said. He never said nothing about the caste system is by birth or Varna ashram. Humans started that nonsense. However, in his books, over and over again, Srila Prabhupada tells us the caste system is not by birth. It's by your nature and your work. However, when it came to black people and white people, conveniently, a white man by birth is Shukla, pure, Brahmin. And a black man by birth is Sudra, unintelligent, working class, normal, run-in-the-mill folks. Now, it's funny. The double standard applies only to black people, but it doesn't apply when he was trying to attract millions of people over to his philosophy. Again, I'm not judging, just honest, and I'll call it as I see it. Nah, I'm beyond the hurt. Don't even ask if I'm hurt about that. I'm beyond that because I have a clearer vision of what I'm supposed to do. I realize that through the last people, the whole world is going to be saved. I met so many Indians who were proud of being Brahmin by birth. They didn't have the Brahmin characteristics or qualities, but because they was born to a Brahmin family, they carried themselves very proud and haughtily. I'm Brahmin. You know, they can't pick up a piece of napkin that's on the floor of the temple because they're Brahmins. You know, they can't clean. So I guess a Sudra got to do that for them. So, you good? What you looking for?
Because the parents need to drop in their forms.
Mm-hmm.
So can I make this into a drop?
Absolutely. You can use it. Yeah, you can use that.
Okay.
Anything else you need? I'm on the radio. All right. So, when you saw Srila Prabhupada come, you know, let me tell you something. Like, you know, when you go to a village in Africa and you're a Christian, a white missionary, or whatever you are, people gather around. They want some food. They want money. They want snacks. Well, mostly if you form a hospital, the sick people come first. So people will wonder why he had all of these quote-unquote white bodies around him in the beginning. Again, the sickest people come to the doctor first. So at that time, you know, I've mentioned this in other videos. Woodstock, hippie, that was that generation, that era over there. Generally, people were nasty back then. When I say nasty, I don't mean not using deodorant. I mean nasty to the core. A lot of those practices are still in our society. You got people making love to dogs now. Not just the dogs living in your house, but people make love to dogs, kissing dogs on their lips, and all kind of wild stuff.
Hello, yes. Do you have any information the guy and the salad. That's called long.
Long story short, the people who came to this life-giving science of Krishna consciousness first, they're becoming the last. They're being boxed out in India. They're losing their power. Srila Prabhupada's disciples are getting old, and there's nobody at the bottom to replace them. Like, there's no new, fresh wave of fine young European boys and girls. So what's going to happen to the Krishna conscious movement? Well, just like America, the demographics are shifting. It's becoming more and more black and brown. You see, a lot of black people are into yoga right now, and I know yoga for a fact is a doorway into higher transcendental consciousness. So people are going to get into this eventually. They're going to come across Prabhupada's books, but let's go to the meat. One day I'm riding the boardwalk, because you know the boardwalk by Rockaway is beautiful now. The whole place is getting rebuilt. I see all of these black people on the beach. It's early one morning. I just said, let me go over there and chant and ride my bike. I see some black people on the beach wearing all white. I said, oh, they must be making an offering to Yemaya. Let me find out what's going on. So I asked one of them a question, a lady that was up on the top of the boardwalk. I asked her, I said, what are they doing over there? She didn't give me any specifics, right? Because maybe she couldn't even describe what was going on. But the person who was facilitating the whole thing was a lady named Hadia Barbell. Some of you on Instagram might know her because she's the attractive lady who has the hula hoop all the time. She be hula hooping. I thought she was just a hula hooper. I thought she taught people how to hula hoop. So I said, all right, these people are making an offering to Yemaya or some other kind of Yoruba thing. I said, let me go send my blessings to the demigods real quick. This must be a sign because I'm chanting Hare Krishna. Maybe the demigods are pleased. I don't know. I rode my bike all the way down to 63rd Street. I bought some tambourines from the Dominican truck because tambourine is my favorite fruit. So I approached them. When I approached these people, right, I said to a couple of sisters, I said, can I ask a question? Now I'm going to tell you what I noticed. The people were kind of rude to me, or should I say standoffish. They were like, they didn't want to talk to me. They was looking at me like I'm something lower, or like, who is this ignorant guy? Get him out of here, right? And I'm like, I just want to ask a question to the facilitator. They were standoffish. You good? What you need? You good? Just one? You need more? All right. Don't let my work go in vain, man. I'm here sharpening pencils, B. All right, cool. Tell them I got the pencils. So check it, right? People were standoffish. The girls ain't want to. Maybe they thought I was trying to get their number. I don't know, but that wasn't my style. I stayed there on the bike watching these people, and so I'm like, they're not making offerings. They're doing hula hooping, but it's like in a meditative way. Come to find out, so I spoke to Hadia. I finally got a chance to speak to her. She was very gracious. Like, the spiritual energy there was very powerful, very pure. I was so happy to be able to speak to her. I gave her the tambourines. I said, I would like for you to offer this to the ancestors or goddess Yemaya. I don't know what's going on, right? Come to find out, the people then, they started warming up to me once they saw their teacher gave me the rhythm. Then everything opened up. The doors opened up for me. She was very kind and gracious to me. Come to find out later that day, I'm looking at her Instagram. Yo, these people were out there chanting Hare Krishna. I was highly impressed when I found that out. It almost brought my heart was crying. My heart cries easily. So my heart was crying tears of joy because this was my hope. You see, in the spiritual world, every step is a dance and every word is a song. And don't nobody like to dance and sing more than black people. So if the religion for this age is called Harinam Sankirtan, right? And that's the congregational chanting of the names of Hari or God, right? So we're supposed to, in this age, you're supposed to get together with your spiritual brethren and sister and chant or sing about God or talk about God or hear about God. Like, that's the religion for this age. And so Come to find out, these black people were out there doing Harinam Sankirtan, and I just happened to be chanting Hare Krishna on the beach. Maybe right after they was. I wish I would have got a chance to chant with them. I've never got a chance to really chant with a group of black-bodied people, and I know that the holy names of Krishna have a special potency for us because if, I'm just entertaining this, if Srila Prabhupada was right and black people are Shudras, then remember the Shudras represent the feet of God. What's the first thing you do when you come into a Hindu temple or a Vedic temple, Hare Krishna temple? You bow down at the feet of the Murti. When you going up there, when you see people up there meditating on the quote unquote statues of Krishna, they ain't looking at his eyes, they ain't looking at his thighs, his arms, his paraphernalia. The first thing you're supposed to meditate on is the Lord's feet. So Indian is a foot worshiping society. So if black people are the Sudras, and the Sudras represent the feet of the body of God, then that means nothing can go on unless it passes this gateway first. You understand? You're not even going to get Krishna's audience until you respect his feet properly. And this is something that the Hare Krishna movement will grow on if they would just hear this. By the way, they were giving out erasers today in the lunchroom, and a girl came to me with a bag of erasers, and she said, "Oh, you got a choice, pick one." And I'm looking through. Man, I chose this one.